I dream too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. That I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. I smoke too much. I drink too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. 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 Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see.
Here. Hello? Hey, there we are. Sorry, I had my mic off for a second there. Welcome to the Reverie Esports buy-in tournament for January 2017, our first buy-in of the year, and we have a total of, looks like 5 teams. Let me double check the bracket. We're actually in the semifinals now, with the first 2 games of the quarterfinals just having ended, and both semifinals should be starting around the same time, and we are starting off with Sloth Esports facing off against Bendova Gaming. And they had a specific way they wanted it to be pronounced, but I've already forgotten it. I am sorry, BDG. But they are with the bands right off the bat with Syndra, Camille, Karma, Rangar. So we got 2 more bands left on our little pick list. And I'll be doing these solo casts tonight. Once again, Octavian looks like he's still at PAX, unfortunately. So poor old me all left alone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm hoping he has a good time. And the last bands are going to be a Malzahar and an Ivern. There we go. Malzahar has been seeing a lot of play recently, especially in the support lane, kind of functioning as a sort of Zyra-style character with the CC and the ultimate, comboing with Varus and Ashes. And speaking of Zyra, we see a Zyra first pick support, I'm assuming, along as a Kha'Zix pickup for Cheney. And Lamppost securing the LeBlanc from, assuming, Nuxe in the mid lane. I don't believe Sloth Esports was one of the teams to win one of the free slots. That's why they've most likely... If they did, I don't remember. I'd have to actually go back and look it up, all the winners. I do remember BDG, though. They had several very strong games, especially with Focus as their mid lane, having very high impact, especially on characters such as LeBlanc, which is good on Lamppost for being able to steal that. Speaking of Focus, taking the Lissandra as a way to kind of counter out the LeBlanc, I'm assuming. Can use the Entomb on himself, stop out any additional bursts, or use it on the LeBlanc when she goes in for a kill. Excuse me. We're also seeing Ashe and Misfortune for the bottom lane of Sloth. We've been seeing a lot of the unusual supports kind of popping up in these recent matches. Misfortune, Malzahar, Zyra. I guess it's not unusual for people who play a lot more frequently than I do, but for me it was definitely a little unexpected. But I mean, we saw Misfortune support in pro play Gosh, it was not that long ago, just a few months. So, making a bit of a return, especially at these lower end, not quite pro play in the amateur scene, I should say. And Frosty going to be picking up the Varus for himself. And to round out the lineup for Sloth Gaming, they're going for, or Sloth Esports, I should say, sorry. This is going to be the Nautilus and the Zac. Which is going to give them a nice, strong, beefy front line and engage, as well as the LeBlanc for the surprise burst. So that means we do need a top laner for BDG. There are any number of characters that it could pick up, and Poppy is indeed one of them. There's also Maokai has been making a bit of a return. Nope, it is going to be the Poppy, though. And with everyone locked in, it looks like we are also in the correct LCS order, mostly. Good on both of these teams for doing that. Makes it very convenient for me for the scoreboard. I don't need to worry about that. So, in the top lane, we have a Lamppost. Yep, Lamppost. Lamppost. Not Lamppost. Lamppost. Lamppost? Lamppost on the Nautilus, facing off against Comics with an X, playing the Poppy. Jack Sparrow, 111 on the Zac, facing off against Cheney's Kha'Zix. Good old Cheney hunting again. There's no way that could end in disaster. Next say on the LeBlanc, facing off against Focus's Lissandra. I'm Clark Kent on the Ashe, partnering up with Sampa? Sampa. I'm just going to call him Sampa. Samp. Very unusual name. On the Misfortune support, and they are going to be facing off against Frosty X on the Varus and Donger Salesman on the support Zyra. And looks like that is going to be it for the picks and bans. We are going to be entering our 3-minute delay, and once we're in game, we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, folks. Small commercial break. And here we are on to the Rift, the first semi-final broadcast match of the evening. Because, of course, here at Reverie, we only typically do the semi-finals. Sometimes we do quarterfinals, but it's not very common anymore. But, who knows, maybe that'll change someday. But right now, it is currently as is. And right now, we see Sloth Gaming going for a very potentially aggressive invade here. They do have the Nautilus for the CC. They're going to sneak all the way around, avoiding any possible vision, it looks like. What are they up to?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Nope. Frosty is in a spot where he can maybe see them coming in and avoid it. Oh, that lamppost taking the dredge line at level 1 is going to be able to force Frosty's flash. So that puts Frosty in a potentially dangerous spot, especially at the early stages of the game. So a very valuable investment of their time. They're not going to lose anything too much for that, other than a lamppost. Lamppost. I'm getting used to his name, because it's not lamppost, it's lamppost. Lamppost taking the dredge line at level 1 is going to hurt his laning a bit. But I imagine he'll be able to do just fine. He is a Nautilus. He's not looking to necessarily win the lane. Get big, get tanky, CC everything down. Oh, Clark Kent and Samba playing super aggressive, harassing them at this blue buff. Oh my. Donger Salesman, Cheney taking a lot of damage. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto that lane and the jungler himself. Samba looking for the opportunity to just continue to harass and get those, get his free gold off his item. Both junglers, or both supports popping a biscuit. Clark Kent looking for the volley harass. So either way though, Sloth Esports playing very progressively, getting a nice strong start right off the bat. Definitely can't complain for them. Have to see if they can keep this up and see if they can keep BDG on the back foot. Because this is a best of 1, so BDG doesn't get another chance at the at this particular tournament. They'd have to come back again next time. Ooh. Getting the double up onto Donger Salesman, so he takes a bit of extra damage, keeping him nice and low. He still has the 2 biscuits though. Nope. And as expected, Lamppost has level 2 already, has the Titan's Wrath. It's gonna be just fine in lane. Samba actually taking a bit of damage himself there from the Rain of Arrows and the Piercing Arrow. I don't think actually, no, Piercing Arrow didn't come out. I was taking a drink. It was just the Rain of Arrows. But still, lots of damage put onto Samba. Looking to make sure that he is not too comfortably harassing them. That extra damage onto Cheney, though, here in the jungle, he is too low to gank currently. So he's going to have to back after killing Krugs, most likely. So, super nice play. Hello. Focus going right on Nuxay. There's the ethereal change though. So both players basically doing the same damage to each other. Well, actually that Nuxay has taken cleanse instead of ignite. Kind of anticipating the Icy Entomb on himself. Making sure he can get out of that. Comics looking for those hammer shocks while taking the Riptide damage himself. Certainly so far, other than the rather explosive start in this game, is on the slow end. Hello, Frosty going to be in a lot of trouble. He has the heal still, though, but it's going to be first blood going to Clark Kent. So, the early forcing of Frosty's flash paying off very nicely just before it comes off a cooldown. Oh, now Donger Salesman kind of misunderstanding exactly what Jack Sparrow could do there. Jack Sparrow immediately just going into the Exhaustic Slingshot to knock him up and basically giving a free kill to Clark Kent. So I'm Clark Kent with a nice, strong 2-0 start with a double CS lead on Frosty. You definitely cannot complain that is going to give the bottom line of Sloth Esports a very, very nice start. Yeah, there's the BF Sword first back at 32 TS. So, exactly what they would like to see at this stage of the game. Lots of pings going on into the red side jungle. They're kind of spotting out where Cheney's at. Oh. Sampa looking to try and get snared up there. Sorry, Sampa looking to escape, avoiding the snare from Donger Salesman. Focus actually super low, forced to flash. Might be seeing a little bit of panic here from BDG. Lots of really kind of forcing. I'm sorry, Sloth Esports is looking to is basically forcing BDG to be reactive rather than proactive, which is not necessarily a good thing. It's actually pretty bad. But it's still very early in the game. Only the bottom lane is losing out, though there's a slight advantage in the top lane as well in terms of CS. Very slight, though. Sampa barely getting away there. It's very low. Oh, here comes the Elastic Slingshot, forcing Frosty's flash once again. It even hasn't even been that long. Jacksborough using the flash and the Let's Bounce is going to be able to pick up Donger Salesman. Frosty trying to take out Clark Kent, but it's going to be no good. Clark Kent 3-0-1. BDG's bottom lane is just in a currently disastrous state. This is really bad news for them. And Clark Kent working on their Ruinous Hurricane. Now has the bow. Jack Sparrow looking to possibly invade. He did use his flash there, so he does not have a flash to get out. He only has elastic slingshots. Cheney not having much impact. As I say that, he's jumping right in onto Nuxe. Nuxe with the really solid, only like half a second like cleanse, but it was too late. Maybe he didn't realize what danger he was in. The Cheney coming out of the jungle to say hi with the claws. If BDG can get this bottom lane under control and make sure it doesn't go too much further out of their control, they can definitely still make a recovery. Nope, my phone deciding it wants to message me about silly stuff. There we go. I'm Clark Kent looking to get some volley harass. Frosty taking a lot of damage from that rain. Rain and bullets. And top lane is being top lane, though Lamppost definitely keeping the advantage in CS. Is opting to go right into that Bemi Center, working right into a Sunfire Cape, keeping his wave clear up. And both of these top laners also have the teleport up, so there could be potential teleport plays. Oh. Jack Sparrow once again in the bottom lane looking for an opportunity to gank, putting so much pressure onto Frosty and Donger Salesman. Oh. Clark Kent with the Crystal Arrow, but does not look like it lands. There's one, looks like they're looking for a possible 4-man gank, but with the arrow missing, there's not a hell of a lot they could do there. Jacksborough is still so persistent. He's just sitting there in the bottom lane still. He wants to gank. Because currently the lane that is doing the worst is Nuxe in the mid. And while as powerful as Lysandra can be, I don't think they could completely shut out Nuxe. He is LeBlanc still, so he can definitely still do quite a bit of damage. And they don't need to worry about Lamppost in that top lane, I don't think. He's currently doing just fine. Ooh. Chain of Corruption going right onto Sampa. Cheney coming out of nowhere with his own ultimate, saying hi, and they're making a nice strong recovery in the bottom lane. He's getting a solid gank. Sampa went in for the harassment, and Cheney was right there. And Cheney plus the Chains of Corruption from Frosty was enough to basically lock on Sampa just long enough to kill him. RM Clark Kent also not really getting the opportunity to escape. Maybe he could have escaped his flash, but he opted to not waste it. Saving it for a rainy day. And first dragon of the game going to BDG. Don't get me wrong, Clark Kent and Sampa definitely still have the advantage in the bottom lane. But it goes to show that with a well-played gank, they can definitely still come out ahead. In the bottom side for BDG. Nuxley looking for roaming opportunities, or clearing wards, one of the two. Oh, and both Jack Sparrow and Nuxley are roaming together, clearing out vision, making sure that Clark Kent and Sampa can easily push up and kill this turret, forcing Frosty and Donger Salesman back to their tier 2 turret. Give me a second to stretch. No. Frosty trying to use the piercing arrow to steal the... Oh, hello, Focus saying hi, is able to use the dredge line to interrupt Focus's claw. But Comic's gonna go ahead and use the teleport to make sure that he keeps his lane presence on top of Lamppost, but Lamppost, that leaves his teleport up. That puts Comics at a disadvantage when it comes to the lane. Maybe that teleport wasn't necessary, don't know. As we can see, Lamppost actually making a return to the top side. And I'm going to try and imagine, see if they can use their teleport that they have to an advantage. Kenny and Comics clearing some vision. How are we in mid lane here? Currently a 20 CS lead for Focus. Definitely Focus kind of being the star currently of the team. Actually, as I say that, I'm actually looking at Cheney's score. He's now 3-0, so that's kind of the start you'd want out of Kha'Zix. He's a very feast or famine character. I mean, if he gets going, he gets going. Now, that's not to say that he can't get focused out and shut down, but it's the kind of start you want. It's better than not having any kills at all. Jack Sparrow taking some time to clear some vision. Maybe possible top lane here. Oh. Focus getting chased down by Nuxade. I think he's going to be fine, though. Seeing the bottom lane for Sloth Esports has opted to go ahead and... Oh, Jack Sparrow with the Elastic Slingshot. There's the... Oh, hello. Shady trying to get on top of Sampa. And the Cell Division being popped for Jack Sparrow. He could potentially be in danger here, but they teleport. Kind of saying hi, keeping him alive for just a few seconds. Donger Salmon forced to flash, but Clark Kent now in an awful spot. Oh no, Jack Sparrow's gonna be in trouble. He gets his cell though. He might just live. Frosty gets picked up by Sampa. And now we see Focus looking for an opportunity to clean up. Don't know if Sampa can get away. Oh, Comics and Lamppost going at it. I don't think Comics can win. Definitely can't now with that health total. That was rather messy, but... Oh. I thought Jack Sparrow was going to go for Focus, but no. He's Elastic Slingshotting to the Baron Pit, where currently Rift Turtle is chilling. Still, though, a little messy, but I'd have to say the Sloth Esports still coming ahead there. And furthering their kill lead, furthering their gold lead. You can see that Lamppost can reliably handle Comics in a 1v1 currently. Needs more caffeine, I think. Focus trying to take the blue buff, but he has no mana. Needs some help from the jungler or needs to back first. That says a lot. Currently, we're seeing Sloth Esports looking to push the mid lane now as well. Using the volley to harass Donger Salesman. Ooh, Donger Salesman getting a good solid snare and a lot of damage on the Clark Kent, though. Oh. You can see Cheney is kind of chilling in the mid lane as he roams the jungle. And we're seeing Sloth Esports looking to possibly cluster in mid. They do know where Nuxe is. It looks like he walked over where lots of pink on his position. Possible tower dive by... Nope, never mind. Jack Sparrow deciding that he is not quite Jack Sparrow enough to dive the turret, so he's going to elastic shot just towards the lane itself, away from the turret. Focus, now that he's back, has had enough mana to make sure he gets that blue buff for himself. Clark Kent gonna get donated that red buff, giving him even more slows. Hello, Donger Salesman gonna get Ash Arrowed. It's gonna still be a very spot. There's the Chains of Corruption locking down two members, actually three members technically. Jack Sparrow getting snared up at first. Jack Sparrow is gonna be forced to back though. Oh, Nuxe not quite predicting where the focus is gonna be at. He gets the distortion. Does he have the cleanse? Is going to be enough? Nope. Unfortunately, does not have quite enough damage to deal with Focus, who has purchased that negative Tentacle, has purchased the Merc Tread, so he has quite a bit of magic resistance. Oh, Lawn Post and Comics going at it. Comics pushing the Lawn Post into the turret for a few seconds there, but he is quite durable. The next dragon is an Air Drake this time. Actually, still an Air Drake, I should say. No, a Drake is a Drake. And it looks like Sloth Esports are going to take that no contest. Alright. Looking at the game, currently still Sloth Esports with the lead. Their only lane that is currently losing is Nuxe in the mid. Is currently 0-2 in a 20 CS deficit. Going in favor of Focus. And I guess the junglers are pretty close to even. I'd say that Jack Sparrow has had more map impact, but Cheney has the kill advantage. And he is one of those characters that can snowball really hard out of control if you're not careful. But currently, especially the bottom lane for Sloth Esports is just having a great time. They've only died a couple of times, each, I should say, but they still have a nice solid CS and kill lead. Having Infinity Edge Ruinous Hurricane at the 18-minute mark is definitely not terrible. Probably more soon, I wager. Focus sitting in the bush, maybe looking... Hello, there's the depth charge onto Frosty, getting Elastic Slingshot at him, and there's the Let's Bounce, knocking back Sampa. Focus is in a lot of trouble, and that is a 4 for nothing. No, 4 for Nuxe. Comics might be able to be fine here, but with the turret dead, I don't think he can stick around. He is going to get CC'd a little bit, but Sampa doesn't have quite enough damage to do anything to him just yet. Still, though, Sloth Esports further extending their lead, taking the turret and 4 kills just for Nuxe, their weakest player currently, who did pick up 2 kills there. It's a very solid engage. They're able to shut down Frosty and Donger Salesman pretty much instantly. Just dumping a ton of CC onto them and preventing them from doing anything. As the pros of having a really solid front line. Currently the only front line for Low. Jack Sparrow coming in there with that last excellent shot to say hi to Comics. Not say jumping in, but the Ethereal Change doesn't quite land on anyone. He does eat a piercing arrow for that, though. Currently, Frosty has opted to build Blade of the Ruin King, which is not necessarily very good for the piercing arrow damage because of its low base AD. Nope. No, there's the Dredge line. It barely clips Frosty, forcing his flash and leaving him with very low health. I wouldn't be surprised to see that with single digits. Cheney also getting very low, breaking the Ethereal Change with a flash. And Comics eating a ton of damage, also being very low. Nope. Last extinction shot coming out of nowhere, forcing Comics' flash. And there's also the flash for Donger Salesman. It is just Flash City currently. Ooh, but Focus coming out of nowhere is able to pick up Clark Kent in the backline, and he might be able to get more kills here. Jack Sparrow could be in a lot of trouble. There's the Cell Division. Oh my, Nuxay being a pickup onto Comics, but going down to Cheney. Cheney also getting another kill. Oh, we see that Jack Sparrow trying to pick up Focus there, but he's going to get saved with a little bit of help from Frosty. Oh my. So that actually went to BDG. They went for basically, it looks like only Comics and Donger Salesman died, if I'm remembering this correctly. It was such a cluster. Whereas everybody but Lamppost died for Sloth. Sloth still currently has the lead with the golden kills. Baron is up now, so it is a viable objective. Clark Kent clearing some jungle, getting that red buff for himself, working on another item. Actually, they're all working items technically, but curious to see what Frosty. Oh, Frosty, speaking of getting caught out by a long-range arrow and getting super stunned and giving a free kill to Nuxay. The dangers of being kind of off by yourself with no summoners. There's the hawk shot. They do spot out Focus. They look like they're going for him. They're also going for Cheney. Cheney getting picked up really easily. Focus coming out of nowhere, locking down Clark Kent for several seconds and easily bursting him. There's the Zanya's. Focus, unfortunately, is not going to be able to get away. He does get picked up, locked down by Etherworld Chains and by Jack Sparrow's Let's Bounce. Not Let's Bounce, Electric Swing Shot. Comics and Lamppost going at it, but there's not much those two can do to each other. Excuse me, something in my nose. So some very solid picks by Sloth Esports, but currently Clark Kent not having the best time in the world here. He's constantly getting picked on by Focus, but he's had enough of that and has purchased the Hex Drinker, probably going to be working on a Maw of Malmortius. That Hex Drinker is definitely going to make it a lot easier to avoid being bursted. Cheney actually going for a little more unusual route on the Kha'Zix, evolving the Wing Second rather than evolving shoot, I've forgotten the name of the ability now. It's his W. Shoot. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. And still though, Sloth Esports driving away BDG from the Baron Pit, making sure they take control of the vision. And sorry, not Baron, but Dragon Pit. Oh, Comics getting cut out by the Nuxay Snare. Dragon is up. I said Baron Pit. That's obviously not Baron Pit. It's Baron's little brother. And Dragon is in danger. Focus missing the claw over the wall, casting it a little too early. Could be in a lot of trouble. Is going to use the Entomb on himself. And not going to be able to get away. Does get picked up before he can use Zanya's. There's less bounce. It's going to knock up Donger Salesman and Comics. Comics is going to take down. Donger Salesman is going down. Cheney going to leap away. Frosty is going to get picked up by Clark Kent, giving a triple kill to him. So almost ace and a dragon going over to Sloth Esports. Despite the occasional little sloppy play here and there, they're definitely being very, very proactive in how they play. Making sure they keeps BDG on the back foot. Oh, Lamppost and Cheney kind of find each other. Cheney, unfortunately, a little behind in comparison to Lamppost, who has Sunfire Cape and Frozen Heart. But Lamppost is going to pay for it with his life. Look, there's the Titan Draft keeping him alive for just a few seconds longer. And he's going to get finished off. But while that's all happening, Sloth Esports was taking the Baron the entire time. So a Nautilus for a Baron. I'd say that's a valuable trade. And Lamppost is going to finally start building some magic resistance to help him deal with Focus, who is currently the biggest threat on the side of EDG. Seeing Clark Kent working on a Last Whisper and some more crit attack speed. Might be a Phantom Dancer or maybe the Static Shiv. It's hard to know. Seeing Sampa has built his Black Cleaver now, so he's definitely going to be shredding a lot of armor once he casts that bullet time. Comic getting a little stun onto Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow actually getting dropped quite low, but they do take the turret still. He's probably wishing he had a bit more magic resistance right now, which is looks like what he's building next, probably going to be the Spirit Vision naturally. And now we're waiting to see what happens next. Looks like Sloth Esports is going to opt to try and take that top turret. They're taking vision control of this top side jungle in the red side. Oh, Nuxe going to get locked down. Is able to cleanse out of it, though. Definitely putting himself in a potentially very bad spot, and was able to get out thanks to his choice of summoners. Nope. Comics using the steadfast presence to keep the last clean shot off from Jack Sparrow. And while that's all happening, Clark Kent pushing that top side, they're able to take out the tier 2 turret on the top side. It's a lot of T's. And now they are going to go ahead and rotate to the bottom side. There's a nice large minion wave there, but BDG also rotating there, wanting to try and protect this turret as best as they can. There's the last distance from Jack Sparrow. Going to go and dodge out the Lysandra W. Nuxe being very aggressive with the map. There's the crystal and arrow. It is going to land. I didn't quite see who it hit. Looks like Cheney getting dropped very low. There's the depth charge onto him. Dongertail's going to eat part of the bullet time. Comic's going to go ahead and wall stun Jack Sparrow, but he's going to be forced to flash away with his aggressive play there. And no, oh, Reaper's Verdict is going to knock away the lamppost there. That's still not going to be enough to keep Sloth Esports away from this turret. Sullivan is going to be popped, but Cheney going to try and jump in on somebody, is forced to flash or try to jump away and flash away, but still dies. Currently, the only survivor member is going to be Frosty, who does get dredge lined and is going to be taken down, making a clean ace at the 27-minute mark. And this might be the game. You're seeing Baroned up minions. Clark Kent is still alive, and they're very easily going to be able to take these turrets. We've got 15 seconds before the first member of BDG is going to respawn. Clark Kent with that Ranger's Focus is going to quickly take down the minions, and it looks like the Nexus is going to go down. GG. Congratulations to Sloth Esports for taking this to the finals for themselves. Very unfortunate for BDG, but hopefully we can see them again next time. Always happy to see them come by, because their name is hilarious. But that's going to be it for now. We're going to be seeing exactly where we are in the bracket. Hopefully the other game is ending also relatively quickly. Just give me a moment here. I do have to talk to myself because I am by myself. Bring up the bracket, and Ambition Silver versus Life for Ire is still going, but I think I have somebody on Life for Ire on my friends list. Just let me check. Life for Ire, and view. Yes, I do. So we're actually just going to jump straight into Life for Ire versus, let me check, Ambition Silver, I believe it was. We're both teams that have won in our previous tournaments and done quite well for themselves. I'm actually a bit of a fan of Bloodbath and Beyond from Life for Ire, because he plays all the characters I like, and plays the style I like to play. And just give me a moment to fix our team names. Making Ambition Silver, Life for Ire. Loading screen. Bam. Here we go. Let me get that to the right screen. There we go. Perfect. Scoreboard up, and there we go. Let's see where we are. It's currently 6-10. Looks like in favor of Life for Ire. Both teams have one dragon. Life for Ire has the advantage of 2 turrets. Oh my. Alrighty. Currently, looks like in top side we got Kobe on Poppy facing off against, or was facing off against Bloodbath and Beyond on the Nautilus, taking a bit of a departure from his usual characters. but not too unusual. We have seen him play tanks before, but no Darius, unfortunately. Maybe it was banned out. It's hard to say. In the jungle, we have Autolock Saber playing the Knife Kitty, Rengar. I don't see a whole ton of Rengar, but Tranquil Flame's playing the more consistent jungler, Hecarim, who is very popular here, especially at Reverie. Probably one of our most commonly picked junglers. We did statistics, which unfortunately we don't. We have Mr. Wubbs playing LeBlanc, facing off against Central or Control, depending on how you look at it. Playing the Lux. All things considered, looks like Central has been doing just fine. He has, whereas Mr. Wubbs is still 3-2 though. So we're probably seeing some roams from Mr. Wubbs, allowing him to secure some kills for himself. And in the bottom lane, we have Pasu on Ashe, Dilaron, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, on the Lulu, character whose name I forgot for a half second because I haven't seen the Lulu in a long time. Facing off against the Trenimal on Varus and Wilro on the Catfish, also known as Tomcatch. I had to think about it for a second because I haven't seen a Tomcatch in a while. Also, it's been a few weeks. But currently, Lifer has a very small lead, 4-kill lead, only 2 to 3k of gold ahead, and has the 1 turret lead also. Oh my, Central gonna get forced a little bit and gets jumped on by Autolock Sabers, forced to flash away. But here comes Bloodbath and Beyond and Tranquil Flames diving onto Dilaron and onto Autolock Saber. Are gonna be able to take him down very easily, but at the cost of Tranquil Flames' life. And Kobe is the next target, getting kind of locked down by Tranimal. There's the distortion for allowing Mr. Wubbs to get away, using the Ethical Chains to do some damage to him. To Wilhelm. We don't often frequently do the jumping right into a game because we often don't have player names, so wasn't quite ready for it. Still getting used to the names. It's like Kobe kind of wants to go in with the help of Wubbs and probably pick somebody up, especially someone in low health like Central. But Central looks like we're kind of sensing what's going on here, and they're going to go ahead and start backing. We have a bit of a pause here. I wonder what's going on. Maybe I should load up League on my laptop so I can read the chat without showing you guys. No, I'm just kidding. That would require too much work. I'm too lazy. Also, my desk isn't big enough for my desktop and my laptop. I have a small desk. Alrighty then. Looking at the map, we're still seeing, it looks like currently Tranimal and Tranquil Flames are kind of doing work for Life for Ire, whereas Mr. Wubbs is doing work for Ambition Silver. Currently IFRL still has the big lead. No one on their team is particularly doing poorly, whereas Autolock Saber and Kobe are doing a little bit on the bad side for Ambition Silver. Mind you, it's not like the worst thing ever, their score lines, but definitely 1, 3, and 6 is not going to be on a Rengar. Unless people are building like super tanky Rengar again. Are they? I don't think they are. We're hearing some chat going on, but unfortunately we can't quite see it. I didn't see anyone disconnect, so maybe somebody had to take it to the trash or something. Aha, kid jokes. But here we are, we're back. And where are we going with this? Bloodbath and Beyond gonna go and try and clear some vision. Mr. Wubbs diving on in, trying to do his best to save the turret, or not the turret, the ward. It's like a mini turret that doesn't shoot things. Or move. Like minions. Excuse me. Both top winners do have their flashes, or sorry, not their flash, but their teleport. Kobe doesn't have his flash. But the teleport is going to allow them to push the... excuse me. Allow them to push these other lanes up. And currently, we're seeing Bloodbath and Beyond pushing towards that bottom turret, which is the only outer turret left for Ambition Silver. And LFA also doing a very good job positioning right around that dragon right as it's about to spawn. The only one who's going to be late is Central, but he is a Lux. So him showing late isn't necessarily bad because he can't hit from very long range. And it won't be long where his ultimate is back up. Ooh, Ponzu getting locked up by Bloodbath and Beyond could be in a lot of trouble. There's the depth charge knocking up Ponzu. Ponzu forced to heal, but is not going to be able to get away. Maybe if he had flashed, he would have been okay, but he didn't flash. Maybe it wasn't up until the very last second. I didn't quite catch that. Oh, but Bloodbath and Beyond is getting helloed to. Ooh. Depth chart, or the dredge line not quite landing onto anyone. Maybe he was aiming for someone other than Kobe because it went right past him. Seeing some harassed from Central. Tranquil Flames taking the Krug's camp for himself. Seeing Trenwell trying to get some long-range harassment with that piercing arrow. Seeing Wilrow going to go ahead and swallow up Bloodbath and Beyond, making sure he can't get CC'd up and taken. He is quite durable, but even the Nautilus can't sustain that much damage from 4 members at once. Especially not with Mr. Webbs having now picked up a death cap. Gonna give him quite a bit of AP. Oh no, Tranimal gonna get jumped on by Mr. Webbs, but the Chain of Corruption is gonna prevent Mr. Webbs from moving too much. And Wilrow is also there in time to swallow him up and take him away to safety. Yeah, seeing Central doing its best to try and keep this wave harassed, or keep this wave nice and low. We're gonna let him kill it with a little bit of AoE very easily. Wilrow trying to keep vision control. Might pay for it with his life, I'm not sure. Ooh, we see Autolock Saber popping his ultimate. Mr. Webbs trying to get Tranimal, but almost kills him. It's so close. The heal and the flash are going to be enough to keep him alive, and we're seeing Tranimal walk away. Mr. Webbs, if he had managed to land the Ignite, probably would have killed Tranimal there. Maybe he thought he didn't need it, but definitely a bit of a reminder that Mr. Webbs is still a very dangerous threat on that LeBlanc. And they are by no means safe. We're seeing a full rotation to the top side by Ambition Silver. They definitely want to try and get whatever the gold they can, and this is the last outer turret for them as well. This would even up the turret score. We're seeing an almost full rotation to the top side by Life for Ire, but they're not going to be there fast enough. Tranquil Flames is in a position to possibly engage from this side. Piercing Arrow going to land on Webbs and Ponzu, dropping them about half and 75% respectively. More like 80% for Ponzu. But there's going to be no chase. They're going to play it safe. LFA still has the advantage, even though it is only a 2k gold lead. 2.5k, pretty close. Genuinely curious to see where this goes. We're seeing Autolock Saber is going for a little more tanky build. Has purchased the Giant's Belt and a Chain Vest, so that could build into Deadman's Plate, which would allow him to move very quickly, especially during his ultimate. As well as giving him a nice bit of a damage boost and a slow once he comes out and hits somebody. Central trying to get a snare onto Webbs, but unfortunately doesn't quite land it. Oh no, Kobe could be in trouble. Well, with the tongue misses Kobe, and there's the Keeper's Verdict. He's going to go ahead and knock Tranquil Flames away. So no Rangar ultimate and no, I've forgotten Rangar ultimate's name. Jeez. On the Hunt? No, that's not. On the. He is a character that hunts in his lore, but on the Hunt it belongs to Sivir. I'd have to look it up. Still though, Keeper's Verdict is going to be popped there, so he's not going to have it for several seconds. And we're seeing LFA just pushing together as a team up to this turret. Mr. Webb's going to get caught up by Change of Corruptors, and the Depth Charge is going to get locked down. There's the Dredge Line by by Bloodbath and Beyond. Going to force Autolock Saber back. Kobe coming in from the side with that Heroic Charge, but no one from LFA is going to get picked up here. Bloodbath and Beyond being dropped to about half health, but it's still, that's not as meaningful on a character with a lot of health. Kobe going to use the Bloodbath and Beyond to get a charge away from the team, but there's the Tranquil Flames diving into the backline onto Ponzu. He gets snared up. Ooh, good flash by Ponzu. He's going to dodge the ultimate. Oh man, lots of aggression coming out of LFA here. They're trying to get onto this turret. Kobe forced to flash away. There's the silence on the Bloodbath and make sure he can't CC anyone up. Looks like LFA is going to be playing it smart. Not not necessarily smart, but they are going to be playing it careful and safe. Not going to bother pushing too much harder than that. They did manage to take both of Ponzu's summoners for Tranquil Flames' Ghost and Ultimate, which is... Shoot, I don't remember now. Remember Rampage, but Rampage is the E. Still, though, as a pretty valuable trade that is going to leave Ponzu with no mobility at all. He's going to be relying entirely on Dalaran to keep him safe. Seeing a bit, possibly positioning for a Baron here, but they're probably more likely just clearing out vision, and they're going to go for an ambush. Let's see what goes on here. I don't see LFA buying this. They're going to play it really safe, going to push slowly in the jungle with vision of their own. Dragon is going to be up in 5 seconds. This time, I don't quite know yet what Dragon it's going to be, but currently we've had Fire, Air, and Earth, so we just need an Ocean, we get all 4. Oh, Wilrow going to get locked up by the Ethereal Chain. He's getting stunned. He's going to go ahead and pop his shield, so he is going to be fine for now, but Kobe trying to chase him down. Wilrow is still very durable. Autolock Saber popping his ultimate, but is not going to be able to catch anyone with it. It is indeed a Earth Drake this time, so this is going to be the second Earth Drake of the game. Central looking for an opportunity to try and get some long-range damage. Drops Dalaran to about half. There's the depth charge onto Wubbs. There's the Lux ultimate. Oh my, Wubbs is keeping a lot of trouble. Tranquil Flames is going to get eliminated by Autolock Saber. Dalaran getting snared up by the Lux. Ooh, Wubbs going to go and pick up the Dragon for himself. And heroic charge onto Central by Kobe. Kobe trying to disrupt the backline as much as possible. Bloodbath and Beyond doing the same, but not having much in the way of success. But Wilrow is going to swallow him, try to get him to safety. Looks like Wilrow could be in trouble. Nope. Kobe is going to get snared up and forced to back off because he is on the low end himself. So one for nothing. Actually, not quite one for nothing. Sorry. Had a bit of a brain fart there. Ambitious Silver got a kill and the Dragon there, so they definitely walked away winning that fight, if barely. But I imagine they will take whatever they can get. Oh no, Autolock Saber are going to go ahead and find Central, who would stick around the middle lane just a little too long. And that potentially might open up the Baron here. I kind of missed it, but somehow Wubbs died. I'm assuming he died to Central. I was too busy rambling, I kind of missed it. Without Wubbs, I don't know if they can really take or even try to jockey for this Baron here. Currently, Autolock Saber is making a recovery. He's now 4-3 and 6 down from 1-3 and 6. He's still building on the tanky side, but that Deadman's Plate will enable him to jump onto people a lot easier than before. And now Tranquil Flames has finished his Trinity Force, which is going to give him a nice, solid damage boost. Probably working on a Deadman's Plate of his own. And going to donate that blue buff to Wubbs. Seeing Lifefire pushing around the Baron, making sure that it isn't being done currently. Where are we going from here? Mr. Wubbs going to take out some vision. See, Autolock Saber is sitting in the bath, waiting for opportunity to use his ultimate and jump into the backline. Since he is going for a more tanky build, he isn't quite as bursty, but it still can do a lot of damage, especially to squishier targets. Seeing Kobe actually just didn't take any damage hardly at all, until Central can pick up a Void Staff, which might be the next item, honestly. Excuse me. There is going to be the Dredge line onto Kobe. The Steadfast Presence is going to prevent the snare from line, and it looked like. I didn't quite catch that. A very interesting interaction. Autolock Saber using the ultimate, looking for a potential catch here, but the closest member is Bloodbath and Beyond, who is not the ideal target. There's Crystal and Arrow. It lands on the Wilrow, who's once again not the ideal target. Keeper First is going to knock Wilrow away. Bloodbath and Beyond eating a lot of damage, and is going to get eliminated by Wubbs. He's durable, but he's not that durable. And that does open up a potential Baron by Ambition Silver. They're doing it. It can still potentially be stolen. Tranquil Flames is still up. It's actually melting quite quickly. Oh, it does not quite get the steal. Tranquil Flames is going to get eliminated. Valiant attempt, but not quite enough. So, Ambition Silver making sure they're still in this game. And they're going to push right away at the ground, not even taking the opportunity to back. Very easily. Ooh, Warlock Cyber popping his ultimate. Probably going to use it as a threat tool. Make sure no one's too close in that position. And then it looks like Wubbs and Odd Saber are going to rotate to the bottom side, possibly? No. They're all going to back. Odd Saber's going to take the Gromp for himself, and then back himself, most likely. So with that Baron, that's going to put them in a nice, strong advantage. Bloodbath and Beyond wanting to build even more armor than what he has, and building that randomness now. He's got the Sunfire, he's got the Iceborne, got the Ninja Tabby. Despite that, he died very quickly still. Now Tranquil Flames has picked up the Deadman's Blade, so he is now going to do a lot more damage once during his engages. Central still does not have the Void Staff though, and he kind of desperately needs that to do any kind of damage, especially to Poppy. It's pretty much the only one. Some damage to Ponzu, since Ponzu does have that Quicksilver Sash. Ponzu taking the QSS to make sure that he doesn't get locked down by a snare, whether it be Chains of Corruption or Luxie. And we're seeing Ambition Silver going to go ahead and group up on the bottom side. Looks like while Kobe splits off on his own, they have the teleport active. Seeing a bit of a pause here. Maybe somebody having some connection issues, which is very possible. Where are we at? Looking at the score lines, top lane definitely has the advantage on Bloodbath and Beyond, but its top lane score doesn't matter too much as long as both characters are tanky. And currently, both characters are essentially going for the same build. We're seeing Kobe trying to build into that Iceborne Gauntlet. He already has the randomins. We're seeing Bloodbath Beyond building into the randomins for himself. In the jungle, looks like Tranquil Flames has the advantage, but in these last few fights, he hasn't been as impactful as he was in the early game. Whereas Odd Saber is starting to come into his own. He has that Guardian Angel now, which is going to allow him to keep him alive during those nice deep dives. And in the mid lane, Mr. Wubbs is just a big threat. Even if he's died 4 times, so the scoreline isn't super impressive, he still has the Death Cap, the Void Staff, the Abyssal Scepter, and the Realnomicon. He's basically 5 items built at the 36-minute mark, which is more than Central can currently say, because Central is still missing his Void Staff. Once he gets that, he'll be in a much better spot. He'll be able to ignore most magic resistance. Marksman-wise, Tranwell has the advantage, but Ashe is one of those marksmen who doesn't care too much as long as he doesn't get super far behind. He's still going to do a lot of damage with the Infinity Edge, with the Last Whisper, with that Ronin's Hurricane, and has finished the Mercurial Scimitar, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is going to let him kind of cleanse any kind of major CC from specifically Chains of Corruption or the Lux Snare. And then last but certainly enough, we have the supports with Dilron on Lulu, Wilro on the Tom Kench, and both are pretty much doing the same. Nothing too unusual. I wonder what's going on. I'm just kind of rambling currently because we don't have a whole lot to talk about after that. We are going to see a Baron push on the bottom side while Kobe splits off, most likely. Currently, Bloodbath and Beyond can handle Kobe, I do believe. He's got the Iceborne Gauntlet, he's got the Sunfire, and he's got a lot of armor. There's just not a whole lot Kobe can do. And I do believe Bloodbath and Beyond with the Nautilus is going to have a little bit better split pushing power, probably. Most likely. Tranquil Flames. Since he has the Deadmans now, he should have a lot easier time surviving. Though he'll probably end up still dying relatively quickly. Maybe not so much in comparison to, say, Trenimal or Central, because they don't have any defensive items. I guess I could give a little bit of a disclaimer for tonight. I will be actually stepping off in about an hour, I imagine. Let me double check the time. Pretty close to an hour, most likely. There's a chance it won't happen, but I might be going to pick somebody at the airport. It's not set in stone yet. It just depends on what other people are doing. I'm kind of the backup driver. But that would mean that I will not be able to cast the rest of the finals for the evening. Unless, of course, both games are about 30 minutes and this one ends very, very soon. But here we're back. And, yep, we're seeing the 0-1-4 split push on the bottom side. Not really split push on the bottom side, but split push is in the mid. Kobe keeping the pressure up, keeping the minions pushing forward while they have the Baron buff, and while he has the teleport. He's actually now rotating to the top side after pushing those minions up. And it's going to allow him to quickly take down that turret, which is already very low. Oh. They saw Tranquil Flames coming in from the side, so they quickly backed off. They are not interested in fighting. They want to just push up, kind of keep the pressure on while Colby pushes. Kind of kite them out as best as they can. Trenimal and Central do need to be careful, though. Even with the lack of like huge AD items, I imagine Auto Saber is still going to hurt like a truck. Hit like a truck, not hurt like a truck. Mixing up my H's. And we do see the next dragon is live, which is most likely it's Elder Drake. Didn't see it first because Mr. Wubbs' icon was blocking it on the map. Oh no, Wubbs gets eliminated immediately by Central. A brilliant pick. Dillaron could be in a lot of trouble. He's getting it slowed up and slowly killed. Tranquil Flames going for that backline on Aponte. Brilliant ultimate pushes Aponte right back into the full team of Life for Ire. Autolock Saber trying to do his best to get away, and it's a long-range pick by Central with the snare. Autolock Saber doing his best to try and get away. Wilro trying to get this slow, but he gets eaten. Autolock Saber does get eaten up by Wilro. There's the GA popped. While this is going on, though, Kobe doing his best to make sure that this was worth it, and is able to take out the inhibitor turret. Now working on the inhibitor. Sig Trenimal has backed, and there goes the inhibitor as well. Oh my, so a really solid team fight by Life for Ire, but they got punished super hard. So it's hard to say who came out ahead there, because that inhibitor could be very bad, it being down. This does open up this Elder Drake, though. But surely, Ambition Silver knows it's happening. We did see some pings in that area. And we're seeing Mr. Wubbs running there as fast as possible. He is going to get spotted out by this ward. Oh no, Wubbs! Oh, Dillaron saving Wubbs' life with the growth, keeping him alive just barely. That was still such a really brilliant pick by Central. Wubbs has no defensive items other than the defensive left, and that's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Seeing Central now has 14 stacks on the Magi, so he's going to have quite a bit of AP, do quite a bit of damage. And that Elder Drake is going to give a small advantage to Life for Ire for the time being. There's no more Baron on the side of Ambition Silver, so let's see what they do with these team fights. Maybe if Colby had been there, they'd have been fine, but he was not there. He was split pushing, which may have been wise considering the circumstances, with Wubbs being eliminated so early into the team fight that really was no way for them to win that fight. We're actually seeing that he used his teleport at some point during those moments, but canceled it so he could continue pushing. Things are slowing down significantly. We're seeing Bloodbath Neon to push out the top side. He has the kit for it. There's all the split pushing tank items you more or less can build other than the Zerat portal. Excuse me. And yeah, we're seeing Lifefire pushing straight up the mid. They want this mid turret probably. They want to pick. They need to be careful though. Wubs is going to be building Zanya, so good luck for opportunity to Zanya's the Lux combo. We're seeing a full-on push into this mid. Central looking for opportunities to pick. That top hitter is still down. Ooh, Autosaber taking quite a bit of damage actually. He's going to land the snare onto Wilro. Oh no, there comes the Keeper Verdict is going to knock away Wilro again, but Wilro didn't get knocked away too far. Autosaber popping his ultimate, but it's not going to be able to catch him with it. And without that, there's really no engage here. And so that middle inhibitor is going to go down most likely. And there's no contest. It is going to be going down. The Elder Drake up to Lifefire team is going to be able to take that no contest. Kobe made no Mistwood maybe looking for a pick here. Autosaber also trying to get close enough for a snare possibly. Well, Lifefire are going to continue to disengage with slows and such. And now we're seeing Ambitious Silver kind of position for a Baron. Well, I imagine Bloodbath and Beyond goes back to top to try and push those waves back out. And we see a huge wave pushing onto that bottom turret as well. There's the Baron. He's actually taking a lot of damage very quickly. And doesn't quite get stolen, but Wubbs is able to take it for himself. And there's the redemption, going to go ahead and heal them back up to mostly full. So very nice, solid Baron play by then. They spread out so they didn't all eat the central damage. Only a couple of them got hit by the ultimate. And with that Baron, they could go pretty much anywhere they wanted. We're not going to have Dragon for several minutes. Elder Drake should have worn off by now. Pretty close to at least. And that top inhibitor is going to be coming up very soon. Colby has his teleport again. So does Bloodbath and Beyond. We're actually seeing Bloodbath and Beyond has built even more armor. Now has the Thornmail. His only magic resistance is that Spirit Visage, but the Thornmail is going to let him pretty much deal with Ponsu and Auto-Lock Saber very easily. If they're like the last people standing. Auto-Lock Saber also has his GA backup. And we're seeing them rotate fully to the top side with the exception of Kobe. And not much Kobe can do to Bloodbath and Beyond here. And it's just two behemoths fighting each other and tickling each other a lot. Wubbs eating a bit of a rampage there, taking a bit of damage. Between the Sunfire, the Riptide, and the Iceborne Gauntlet procs, they should... Bloodbath and Beyond will most likely keep this lane up forever. Ooh. Lux ultimate doesn't quite catch anyone. Trying to hit some... I imagine they're trying to hit... Oh, Wilro getting hit by that Crystalline Arrow. Tranquil Flames diving into that backline. Wubbs could be unlockable. He gets buffed up by Lux. Or by Lulu, I should say. Wilro going to swallow up Tranquil Flames, keep him alive, barely. All Saber going to go ahead and have his GA popped and forced to flash away. He gets slowed by Wilro. All Saber also popping his ultimate, so his ultimate is active. But he's going to be able to get away. Oh no, Kobe might have bit off more than he can shoot. The Rampage is going to push him back. I don't think he can get away here. It's going to take a while, though. Bloodbath also has no more mana, which is actually pretty significant. There's the Randoins. Tranquil Flame's kind of positioned with the Rampage to get a knockback, but looks like Kobe is going to be able to get away. Maybe if Tranquil had been there a little sooner, very possible. But still, though, I imagine that Lifefire is very grateful. They didn't lose the inhibitor. They didn't lose anyone. They killed off Auto-Lock Saber's GA and forced Wubbs' flash. Pretty valuable, I say myself. Looks like Ripuff is going to be stolen away and donated to Ponsu, most likely. And they're going to continue to push that top side since that inhibitor is still open. Currently, to answer that question, no, we are currently not in the 10-band system yet. I don't know if we'll go that direction. That's entirely up to the organizers, but that's entirely possible. But currently, no, we are sticking to the 6-band system. We probably won't move to a 10-band system until general ranked play moves to 10-band, which is most likely what's going to happen, given enough time. I keep forgetting that's a new thing that they're doing, which I imagine was a logical progression. Eventually, to give every player 1 ban. Oh, Tranquil Flame's looking for an engage. He managed to get the edge roll change out and then just backs out immediately. So Wubbs doesn't have edge roll change for a couple of seconds. It should be up by now, that'll be fair. Yeah, there it is. It's up again. Dangle Morello Namicon giving that CDR. They've got some decent vision control in that top side jungle, so there's no surprises. Trenwell trying to get some piercing arrow harassment. Doesn't quite land on anyone. Wubbs and Dillaron eating a bit of piercing arrow there. It's worth noting that Trenwell and Central are basically 2 long-range harassment characters. They're going to do lots of poke. Kobe could be in trouble. Oh, if the snare had landed, he definitely would have been in trouble. Would have lost at least about half of his health, most likely, before flashing. And while this is happening, both mid and bottom for LFA are pushing. They currently have the push advantage. And while... Oh no, Kobe could be in trouble once again. They're going to dump a lot onto him. He's forced to flash. There's the Keeper's Verdict. It only knocks Tranquil Flames away, but there's a lot of CC onto him. Yeah, GA is going to get popped. And Kobe is very durable. There's Dillaron. A brilliantly well-placed ultimate by Central. It's going to knock out Dillaron and hit 2 other members. Wubbs is going to be forced to jump away. And they're also going to grab Autolock Saber. Now, Pontu's in a lot of trouble. I don't think he can get away from Rampage. There's the cleanse. He's doing his best, but... And still, I don't think he can outrun a Hecarim, even with the slows. Oh, I lied! He did. He managed to pop the GA, but while this is happening, while he's trying to not die, the middle inhibitor is going to go down for life for ire. And without Autolock Saber and without Dillaron here, it looks like these inhibitor turrets are going to be in danger. Wilrow distorts back, pops to Zanya's. Not a lot he can do. Tranimal trying to back up, keep away from Kobe, keep away from Ponce, keep away from Wubbs. Trying to hit the turrets at the same time. Wilrow keeping Bloodbath and Beyond alive. There's the depth charge onto Ponsu. Ponsu dodging out the Lux ultimate though. Kobe trying to do his best to keep the turrets alive, but there goes one turret. There's the Keeper's Verdict. Is going to knock away Tranimal. And while this is happening, Bloodbath and Beyond is going to be going down to Wubbs. Wilrow is the next victim. Tranimal is in huge trouble. There's no way he can get away here. There's the GA popped. Currently, the only surviving members are Tranquil Flames and Central. This might have been a bit of a misplay then, a little bit of over-aggression. We'll probably see... Oh, Kobe used the teleport to try and get this top turret, but it might have been a mistake. Tranquil Flames is going to be able to... Oh, there's the... Oh, the redemption didn't come fast enough. Central makes sure that wasn't going to happen, using the Lux ultimate to snipe out Kobe. Central's had some very well-placed ultimates this game. Imagine to catch out Wubbs out several times, getting multiple... Hello, Wubbs dodging out, using the distortion to dodge out the snare. Oh, Tranquil Flames could be in trouble. He is going to be going down to Wubbs, but Wubbs is going to be going down to Central. Central holding onto that snare for as long as possible for managing to secure Wubbs. So, both teams have an inhibitor down now, though. Baron is up. Ponsu and Dillaron are going for it. Autolock Saber is on his way. Without Tranquil Flameshed, it can't easily be stolen. They'd have to kill some of their members. Oh, here comes Wilrow. Wilrow and Bloodbath and Beyond are going to scare them off. This game can still go any way. Both teams are playing kind of recklessly at this point, trying to get that one advantage. Oh, they're actually going for the Baron without Tranquil Flames. Oh my. Oh, Central going to get a full combo on Autolock Saber, but Autolock Saber has a lot of health. Central doing his best to try and keep them back. Without Tranquil Flames, there's not much they can do here. He is going to be up soon. He is going to have that home guard boost. Oh, there's the Keepsburg. It's going to knock a little away. Bloodbath Beyond is going to eat the Ashe ultimate. Bloodbath Beyond using his own ultimate onto Ponzu in return, knocking up Ponzu. Ponzu getting healed up by Dilaron. Ponzu going to try and do his best to kite it out, and it looks like he's going to be fine. Wilro going to swallow Bloodbath Beyond, keep him alive for just a few more seconds while he gets just everything dumped on him. Here comes Tranquil Flames out of nowhere to say hi to Ponzu, though. The next victim is going to be Kobe going down to Tranimal, and this might just be game. Oh, Wubs finding Tranimal, though. Tranimal doesn't have hardly any magic resistance. It's going to just get bursted. Autolock Saber looked like he was thinking about a backdoor, but Bloodbath Beyond is there to deny that. Oh, as I say that, he teleports immediately to the base, and this Nexus turn is going down. Oh, Wubs managed to sneak in from the side, immediately taking out Central, which is a huge part of Life for Ire damage. But there's a Chains of Corruption on the Wubs. Wubs is not going to be able to get away. He does get taken down by Tranimal. And without Ponzu, without Wubs, I don't think they can stop this. Autolock Saber is dangerous, but there's too big of a front line protecting Tranimal. And that is going to be game going to Life for Ire. Brilliant effort by Ambition Silver to try and hang in there. But unfortunately, they're not going to be getting it. They're going to be knocked out of the running. And it is going to be Life for Ire facing off against Sloth Esports. So on that note, we are going to be going into a tiny break as we get the next lobby set up. Looks like we have time for one more game for me, unless the game ends very quickly. And I may have to leave in the middle of the broadcast. Don't know yet. So just hang in there, guys. We'll be right back.
It's never too late to admit when you're wrong. Turn a new leaf, see a new dawn. The time to decide has come and gone. Just give me a chance, we can carry on. I made my choice, these drums of your voice, they run through my head as I remember the day. Stay in this moment. come and gone. Just give me a chance, we can carry on. I've made my choice, these drums of your voice, they run through my head as I remember the day. Stay in this moment.
Savoring this moment, is this our last goodbye? Haven't we learned each other? I guess one of us lied. So please just pull away. I can't look you in the face. I don't wanna have to lie. I wanted this love to survive. Now when I look in your I feel paralyzed.
Here we are. Welcome to the Reverie Esports Finals, the first game of the night, for the finals technically, not the first game of the night. But it is going to be between Life for Ire and Sloth Esports. Sloth Esports having a very strong showing, and Life for Ire also having a nice strong showing. Life for Ire's game is a little more on the hair's edge there, but they managed to take it out in the end, having some very strong team fights and pushing straight to the victory. Excuse me. And let's see what we see. What are we seeing here? We got some Rise, Rengar, Kha'Zix bands. Not sure Tranquil Flames plays Rengar, but I'm just not sure. There's a LeBlanc band, most likely targeted at Control, who is finally taking the opportunity to correct. So it is indeed Control. Since it could be since Central or Control fits into his name, Octavian always called him Control. I always called him Central. So that way, at least one of us would get it right eventually until they corrected us. But it's indeed Control, so I will try to remember that his name is not Central from now on. Still, though, he played quite well in the previous game, and I will do my best. And then, speaking of playing quite well, there is a targeted Lux ban at him. He had some very, very strong ultimates, sniping out people in just the right moments. Rise, Kha'Zix, and Swain are going to be the bans from Life for Ire targeted at the team of Sloth Esports. And there is the Malzahar pickup, most likely going to Wilro, who's been a very popular kind of support mage pick as of late. Lampo's picking up the Camille, and Jack Sparrow taking in the Ashe for Clark Kent, who apparently his name is actually spelled Clark Kent with a K, but I think he's just joking. I'll be drinking a lot of water for now. I have been talking a lot in the last couple of days. And now we need both solo lanes and the marksman and the jungle for the side of Life for Ire. And in Central, Trenwell making a return to Varus would not be unusual. Fits right into the usual meta we've been seeing with the kind of utility marksmans, with such as Ashe and Varus. Trying to think, I don't think there's any more marksmans like them, is there? They're the most utility of the marksmans. Lots of CC, lots of range. I'd have to look through the list. I don't feel like it right now. We're going to see the new Warwick. I'm actually very excited to see this. I have not had the opportunity to see Warwick in-game just yet. I've only seen... I've only seen the Champion Spotlight. I forgot what they're called. I'm going to go ahead and open up his wiki page so I can look over his abilities during the pause. I've only watched it the one time, so I don't remember quite everything. So that could be a jungle, might be a top. It's hard to say just yet. Kind of a flex pick. And we're seeing Jack Sparrow maybe making a return to the Zac. He played quite well. So playing very aggressively with that Zac, with the elastic slingshot, just diving in, using the flash to position the Let's Bounce in really good spots. But that would mean they still need a middle and a support. Most likely saving Nuxe's mid pick for last. Yep, there is going to be a Zyra pick for Sampa, who played Misfortune in a previous game. But the bottom lane meta not switching up a whole ton currently in these last few matches, especially if you count the previous week. And now we need a support. Actually, no, we don't need support. I keep thinking Malzahar is a mid, but he's clearly being played support nowadays. So we still need solo lanes or possibly a jungle, depending on where the Warwick is going. Bloodbath and Beyond playing the Darius would not be unusual. Darius did receive some minor nerfs in this last patch. I'd have to look over it, but they didn't seem too huge, but any nerfs are still nerfs. I'd have to read them over again. Well, maybe it's more than I thought. Okay, Tranimal still hovering on nothing currently, looking for something else to pick. They still need, looks like a solo lane, most likely. And Twisted Fate. So it is going to be a Twisted Fate pick. Last time we saw Twisted Fate, it did not go well. I don't know if it was Control who picked it, but they got counter-picked out by a Yasuo who just was able to counterplay him so hard. Like I said, I don't know if it was Control, but I do remember a Twisted Fate being played, and I just remember it was counterpicked by the Yasuo. And we now need a mid pick for Nuxay, because I'm pretty positive that Zyra is not going mid. It is most likely going support. What are they going to pick out? I'm not quite familiar with Nuxay's champion pool. Could be... LeBlanc is banned this time, so you can't play LeBlanc. If you wanted to play something similar, you played another type of kind of AP assassin, like an Ahri, but Echo, I'm not so sure about Echo. We usually see Echo top nowadays, but maybe it'll be a mid Echo. Nope, it is going to be the Syndra. We've been seeing a lot of Syndra, so it's not super unusual. It has a lot of CC, lots of burst. So Control has to be very careful. That's one strike there. I'm not going to lie, though, I kind of lean towards the team of Sloth Esports in terms of composition. I think they have a little bit tankier, but that's just because I'm not familiar with Warwick just yet. Warwick doesn't have the same kind of solid... Hello? Am I? So we have a bit of a accidental dodge. Client crash. There we go. That explains it. It'll be the same picks, same bands. Well, bands don't really matter. Same picks, though. Won't be too much longer. We're just waiting on... Who are we waiting on? Wilro to get back. And, like that, as I was saying, I do like Sloth Esports composition a little more. They have a bit of a bigger front line. Bloodbath Beyond is a very good Darius player. For pretty much almost every single time we've seen him play Darius, he's done extremely well. But he is still one of those characters that can be very feast or famine. And if he takes too long to get snowballing, then it could mean trouble. So, and with Tranquil Flames playing the Warwick rather than something with a bit of a stronger in-game, because from what I've seen from his champion spotlight, he's more of a flanker, using the ultimate to trying to jump over walls and jump into the backline and say hi. Maybe he'll be built in a way that allows him to frontline a bit better than what I'm expecting, but we just don't know quite yet. And we're back in champs. Wilro is back. Shouldn't take too long. We're just going to have them jump through the picks and bans super quickly. Bans don't really matter here. That the picks do need to be the same still. And once they get all picked and locked in, we're going to go straight into our commercial break. We'll take this opportunity to get a drink of water again, and we'll jump right into it. Darius versus... I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to announce the character... announce all the player names and character names. So Bloodbath Neon is going to be playing the Darius, facing off against Lamppost on the Camille. We got Tranquil Flames in the jungle, going to be jungling off against Jack Sparrow 111 on the Zac. We got Control, missing the O's. I'd like to buy a Val, please. Playing Twisted Fate, facing off against Nuxay on the Syndra. And in the bottom lane, which is last but certainly not least, is going to be Tranimal and Wilro playing Varus and Malzahar, respectively, facing off against I'm Clark Kent and Sampa. I think it's pronounced Sampa. Playing the Zyra. And we are all locked in. The 3-minute delay will be starting in a minute, but we're going to go ahead and jump straight into a commercial break. We're going to see some little ads playing, nothing too serious, and we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, folks. And here we are in the first match of the finals. We had a bit of a delay getting in, some minor technical difficulties, and it looks like we also have a pause right out of the gate. It is worth noting this is going to be, actually, after some checking, this is going to be the last broadcasted match of the evening. As soon as this is done, I will need to be stepping out, so you'll have to pay attention to the bracket and maybe pay attention to the players later on to see who won. I imagine most of you who are watching are friends with at least one of the players from both teams. I do apologize that we'll be ending the broadcast early, though. Not very particularly common. If Octavian had been here, we definitely could have kept the broadcast going. But he is not. He's at PAX. Can't blame him for that. I wish I could have gone to PAX. But I am not at PAX. But here we go. We are unpaused. We are ready to get going. As I mentioned, I'm kind of favoring the champion selection from team composition is what I'm looking for. Phrase even. I favor the team composition coming out of Sloth Esports a little bit more. But if Bloodbath and Beyond can get rolling, and if the new Warwick is really, really powerful, both teams, oh my. Lifefire is at a huge disadvantage here. It is 3v5 currently. Lampos gets caught out though. But it looks like they're going to get out safely. Oh, there's a flash forward by Sampa. Gets a double snare. Bloodbath Beyond popping his Ghost to get away. So Ghost for Flash. Not sure that was worth it, honestly. Ghost is on a shorter cooldown, so he's going to be able to get that faster. And Sampa now is going to be at a disadvantage in the bottom side. Could potentially get caught out very easily.
Minions have spawned.
I thought that could have gone so much worse. If Lampos may be revealing himself a little bit too soon. We just don't know. Both junglers are going to be starting on the bottom side of the map. Bloodbath and Beyond is going to have a slight disadvantage not having his Ghost up, but it's already 25% recharged already, so it should be up before any serious jungle ganks happen to him. Sampa, on the other hand, is very vulnerable, especially to a early gank. Control getting some harass back onto Nuxe after taking some damage himself. Ooh. Seeing Bloodbath Neon doing Darius things, getting some harassment onto Lamppost. Very curious to see how these Darius nerfs affect him, because it is going to be reducing his damage output especially. But looks like already having the advantage in lane. He's taken the Dorn Shield to reduce the damage from Lamppost. Yeah. Bloodbath Neon looks like he's going to be doing fine in that top side. We'll have to see if he can deal with the usual 2v1s we see him in. Seeing Nuxe invade a little bit. No, he's just dropping a ward onto the blue pit, most likely. No, most likely. And Trenel taking a lot of damage from Clark Kent. Jack Sparrow taking that red buff for himself. He's actually taking a lot of damage, though. Triangle Flames leaving the blue buff up, though, with that ward there, it looks like. I'm guessing he was afraid that Nuxe was going to took the E and was afraid. Oh, hello. Clark Kent could be in a bad spot. He gets exhausted and is forced to use his heal to get away. And even without that flash, Sampa is doing a very good job putting pressure down and looking for that harass. But Clark Kent with no heal is still a big deal. And it looks like Lamppost is okay for that. I mean, he's eating big damage. Oh, Sampo gets a nice snare onto Wilro. Wilro being dropped very low. They know exactly what Tranquil Flames is on the map, but it looks like Tranquil Flames is going to be able to get that blue buff. Sampo and Wilro going at it, but Wilro also getting poked out by Clark Kent. Both junglers finding themselves in that topside river. The Elastic Slingshot does not land onto Jack Sparrow. Look at Tranquil Flames is going to grab that Scarab away from Jack Sparrow. He won the Scarab War. Piercing arrow from Tremel doesn't quite land on Sampa, but Sampa still eats quite a bit of damage from the aids. But Sampa returning the favor with the plants, doing a lot of damage. It looks like Lampa is actually having a very difficult time dealing with the Darius bully. So nerfs not hurting Bloodbath and Beyond too much. He's more than happy to keep that pressure up. Make sure he's zoning out Lampos from these minions. And that's very unfortunate for Lampos. He is missing cannon minions and the like because of that. While this is happening, though, we're seeing Sloth Esports go for a very, very early dragon. Right about 5 minutes. It is going to be going down. There's no contest. They don't know this is happening. So while they may be losing in like the top lane, it's not going to be a huge loss because Lampos is going to make a recovery with that dragon. Still though, once Bloodbath gets 6, Lampos will need to be very, very careful. Where are we at now? Really curious to see. Is it not a scarab? I always think of it as a scarab because it looks like a scarab. It's a crab. I don't remember the official name of it, so I'm sorry. I've always just called it scarab. Lampos opting to use his teleport to get back to the lane. Bloodbath and Beyond probably not going to do so. He has his has the phage now, which is going to let him stick to Lampos a lot better. Kind of evening out the difference between the boots and the phage. Yep. He's not going to be using his teleport. He's just going to walk back to lane and he's following a minion wave in. It's going to allow him some opportunities to possibly teleport gang, especially once he hits his 6. See Jack Sparrow taking down those Krugs very easily. He's got that nice AoE. Tranquil Flames has now picked up his Tiamat. I'm curious because I just don't know. Oh, hello. Bloodbath is going to be in a lot of trouble. Probably going to see a Hex Tech. There it is. Bloodbath is in a lot of trouble. Oh, Control. Strike 2. Trying to get in and help out on the top side, but unfortunately he gets canceled by Nuxay. Nuxay wisely following and making sure that the Twisted Fate teleport doesn't get to the top. Tech Ultimatum. I got interrupted a little bit. Locking in Bloodbath and Beyond with in a 2v1 against him and Jack Sparrow. So Lampos probably isn't still going to be winning these 1v1s, but if they can continue to catch out Bloodbath and Beyond like that because he doesn't have a flash, then there's not much that he can do. He needs some solo kills or some help to get snowballing on himself. If he gets a good gold lead, he can definitely 2v1, but currently that is not going to be happening. Ooh, Tranwell taking a bit of a harassment from Sampa. Sampa doing a very good job keeping up the pressure. All that said, Tranwell is actually still ahead in CS though. He has the tier now as well, which is going to allow him to keep up that harassment. Sampa eating a bit of damage there. Do either one of the... Nope, neither of the bottom laners sides have a level 6 yet. Once we see level 6, we very much might see a hard engage from either team. It's hard to say. I looked it up. It is the Rift Scuttler, but it's still scared to me. No, Lampos and Bloodbath Beyond kind of going at it a little bit, but Bloodbath Beyond needs to be super careful here. There's currently 3 people kind of looking his direction, and he can't be super aggressive in his 3v1. We definitely see he can't quite handle the 2v1 just yet. But is also going to take out some of his vision. No, he is going to drop a ward back in the river, so he knows what's going on. We are seeing Jack Sparrow position himself in a way to get behind Bloodbath and Beyond. And Lampos is keeping back far enough that he is not going to get caught out by that. By any kind of free harass and get low. Here it comes. Bloodbath and Beyond are going to be in a lot of trouble. Lampos wisely going to back off, though. I just don't see Bloodbath and Beyond getting out of this. No. Lawn posted. Hello, there's the Tranimal level 6 ultimate onto Sampo. Sampo getting caught a little bit, but flashing back. I am Clark Kent flashing forward to pick up Tranimal. And currently that makes it 0-3. We saw that basically Lifefire being very proactive in that bottom lane, but they couldn't quite catch out Sampa, even though Sampa didn't even use a flash or an exhaust. Whereas they dropped exhaust, heal, and flash from Tranimal. Ooh, Tranquil Flames finding Jack Sparrow in the jungle. I don't think... Oh, but here comes Nuxe from over the wall with a flash, with some help from Lamppost. Lamppost immediately following into the jungle once he saw that Jack Sparrow might be in some trouble. Nuxe not afraid to use the flash to get over the wall and land a solid stun onto Tranquil Flames. Oh, Bloodbath and Beyond looking to possibly catch out Jack Sparrow, but on a solid note, that is going to force out Lampost's teleport again. But currently, Lifefire is kind of on their back foot here, despite the proactive plays in the bottom side. See that Bloodbath and Beyond is being abused a little bit. Ooh. We're going to see a stun from on Nuxe here. Nuxe has the cleanse though, but Wilro flashing forward with the suppression. And the exhaust on is going to keep Wilro from getting bursted. And that's going to be the first kill for Lifefire. Bloodbath and Beyond finding Jack Sparrow in the jungle. He is not pleased with getting ganked constantly, and he's going to be able to cleave down all the blobs at one time with a single Q. That's got to feel good after getting... Oh, here comes Tranquil Flames. He's using the ghost, but he gets snared up by Sampo. Not much he can do. He's going to go ahead and clear out that ward, though. Haven't been able to see too much impact from Tranquil Flames just yet. He's just farming currently. He has the Tiamat, he has the Damage Center, so he's looking to just clear out jungle camps as quickly as possible. Bloodbath working towards his Black Cleaver, whereas Lamppost working towards a Titanic Hydra, it seems. Titanic Hydra is probably a wise decision given how Darius deals true damage, so all the extra help in the world is very useful. It's probably pretty even in gold in the top side, though. We see that Bloodbath has a kill and a CS advantage, whereas Lamppost has 3 assists. Don't generally... Once we have a bit of a win, I'll actually look at the gold totals, but right now, looking like we might see a potential fight here in the bottom side. Once again, we're seeing another dragon being engaged upon by Sloth. And there's not a whole lot that LFA can do about it. We might see a Tranquil Flames go for it here. He has his ultimate. But nope, he gets pushed back by Nuxe, making sure that it is not going to be a thing. So that's 2 dragons being taken by Sloth with little to no contest. And now... Yeah. Basically, yeah, even gold in the top side. Bloodbath having about 100 advantage. So not too huge. That 1 kill and the CS difference making up for all the times he's been ganked. Nope. Here comes Control though, but he gets really solidly stunned up and just chain CC'd. There's Control getting the stun onto Clark Kent, followed by the Chains of Corruption. Sampa being locked down, he's forced to flash. So a 1-for-1 in the bottom side. And Tranquil Flames getting forced back. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Did he use his ultimate? I'm not quite sure how the new Infinite Dress works, but it looks like he used it to jump away. I have to actually play him a couple times to get a feel for how it works, or see it being played more. Oh, Bloodbath and Beyond and the Lamppost kind of posturing there. Lamppost actually going for the Phage rather than a Drom's Fist, so we might see a Black Cleaver out of him, which is very likely. But that does mean he's going to have a bit of a difficult time dealing with Bloodbath and Beyond in the 1v1s. But he's not looking for 1v1s. Here comes Jack Sparrow. It is a skill shot. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I wasn't sure, but I'm glad I know that now. And Lamppost clearing out the vision in that bottom brush. They don't... Bloodbath does not suspect that Jack Sparrow is in that top brush there. So... And the Hextech Ultimatum is up currently. Here comes the Elastic Slingshot. There's the stun on the Bloodbath. Bloodbath using the Ghost, but he's not going to be able to kite this out. He's getting close enough that the turret is going to deal damage to Jack Sparrow, but it is not going to be enough. He's going to get stunned up again and going to go down. They're doing a very good job keeping the pressure onto... Ooh, Nuxie getting locked up by some CC. Strangleflame's going to be forced to run away, though, but he's not going to be able to get away. Nightfire not going to be able to get the pick they wanted there. Strangleflame does not have the items he wants to be durable enough. Tranimal getting a solid change of corruption on Asampa under the turret and using the flash to dodge the crystalline arrow. But, oh my, Clark Kent flashing forward to get the volley onto Wilrow, but here comes Lampos to dive under the turret, but Bloodbath Neon responding on his own way, making sure, trying to do his best to say hi. Clark Kent getting dunked on by Bloodbath Neon, but it's not going to be enough. Bloodbath Neon thought he was going to die, but he isn't. Oh no, Bloodbath, oh no! Is the bleed going to be enough to kill Lampos? It's going to be really close. Oh, that ended in disaster for Life for Ire. Oh, but here comes Strangleflame to say hi. He is going to be able to pick up Clark Kent, but still, that is a turret and 3 for 2 kills. So still advantage going for Sloth Esports. Gotta say, the new Warp Kit is a lot more interesting than the old one, though, to be fair, so can't complain too much. Poor Bloodbath. If he had just been a little more dedicated to Clark Kent, he wouldn't have, it would have at least picked him up there. It might have survived because Tranquil Flames is on his way. That's so unfortunate. He might be tilting a little bit because he's been getting camped so hard in the top side. And now Lamppost is now 3-0-4 and has Trinity Force. As long as with the Tiamat, I definitely don't think that Bloodbath Neon can beat him in a 1v1 anymore. And yeah, currently a 1,200 gold difference in favor of Lamppost. Currently, Sloth Esports is definitely keeping a nice, strong lead here. They have the Burst Break, they have Double Dragon, they have a 5-kill lead. And CS's advantage in the mid lane. Oh, here comes Luro flashing forward to lock down Sampa. Control using the ultimate to get to the middle, but immediately evaporates. Here comes Lampos from the side, trying to jump onto Tranimal, using the Hextech ultimate to lock him down. And there, Luro also going to get knocked up by the Elastic Slingshot, and it is going to be a 3-for-1. Well, here comes Bloodbath Beyond from the side, but he is not going to be able to do anything. He gets just chain CC down. And this lead is just slowly extending out. And it went from a 5-kill lead to a 9-kill lead, with the only survivor being Tranquil Flames. And Rift Herald is going to be going down. You don't see Rift Herald being taken too often, but imagine it's happy to get some love, and it is going to be donated to Lamppost, who's now 4-0-6. And they played that really well, making sure they shut down Bloodbath and Beyond, kind of from what we've seen in past tournaments, kind of the star player for Life for Ire. They camped him out super hard, making sure that they cleared out Vision really well, and predicted where the Vision wasn't going to be. And now we have a really super powerful Lamppost who's now working on that Titanic Hydra. Clark Kent getting that blue buff nice and low, donated to the next day. And now we're seeing a third dragon pop up. It is going to be another Ocean Drake. And once again, looks like we're going to have not much in the way of contesting here from Life for Ire. It's just not much they can do. It is a 12k gold lead at 19 minutes. Sorry. I can't math, it's not 12k. That's 7k. That was really bad. I'm like thinking, that's not right. And it looks like our Clark Kent is going to get donated that red buff. But, well, Sloth Esports has firm control of the bottom side jungle for Liefryer. There's the Crystal and Arrow. Is it going to land? It does land on Control, but Control getting also chain CC'd by Nuxay. Nuxay getting locked down by Wilro. Wilro is going to be evaporating under Jack Sparrow and from Clark Kent. Here comes Bloodbath from the inside. Is going to take out Clark Kent himself, but Tranimal gets evaporated by, I didn't quite catch it. You killed him there. But Bloodbath gets picked up by Nuxay. Jack Sparrow, they almost kill him, but not quite. Here comes Trickle Flames over the wall, or with the Infinite Duress, is going to be able to take out Nuxay and Jack Sparrow. And Lamppost looks like he's going to go and try and finish the job. It is a clean ace, leaving two members of Sloth Esports active. Lamppost and Sampa are the last survivors, but definitely not as bad as it could have been. Trying to Chankle Flames kind of the savior there, picking up 2 kills. And Bloodbath managing to secure Clark Kent. And we're just seeing the power of Camille right now. Lamppost is just so ridiculously powerful right now. He's got the Titanic Hydra, he's got the Trinity Force, so he's very, very high damage, very durable. 2 items completed, whereas Bloodbath only has the 1 currently, working on his health item. Probably a dead man's, makes the most sense. Sampa trying to get some vision control. And Tranimal also trying to get some vision control of his own, but he's gonna meet Lamppost in the jungle, and wow, just instantly dead. No chance. Tranimal not even bothering to pop his heal. There's the Crystal Arrow from afar. It's a solid goal right on the Bloodbath. Bloodbath does not have a ghost to get away. He's gonna have to fight it out. But it is currently a 4v1. He almost takes out Jack Sparrow, but it's just not quite enough. Jack Sparrow, of course, has a lot of armor, a lot of health. And health is going to prevent the dunk from killing him. Seeing Sampa doing a fantastic job to keep their harassment up, making sure that they can't defend that tier 2 turret at all. So that top turret is going to be going down. And now they're going to take away that blue buff as well. We might see a Baron attempt here. Yeah, they're going for it. There is a vision there, so the Liefryer knows this is going to be happening, but there's so much vision control in that bottom side jungle that they'll see any attempts to counter it out. And Lamppost is going to try and flank here, it looks like. There's control with the vision from his ultimate. But there's going to be Baron going down. Ooh, Tranimal getting caught by a long-range Syndra ultimate. There's the Infinite Duress from Trickle Flame, but he gets exhausted, and he's going to get focused down. Lamppost kind of kiting out or keeping the rest of the team away from the fight. There's the Hexen ultimate locking down. Looks like Bloodbath Beyond or Wilro, couldn't quite tell who. Oh, there goes Jack Sparrow. He is going to be taken out by Bloodbath Beyond's Q. But with that Baron buff, they're quickly going to take out that mid turret and work on the inhibitor. Oh, there's a Crystal Arrow, but it does not hit Control. Trying to find a way for Liefryer to make a comeback into this, but it is so hard. They've already lost their inhibitor at the 23-minute mark. They've lost all of the outer tricks except for the bottom one, and they have no dragons. And speaking of Dragon will be up in a minute and a half, and they've lost in every lane except bottom, more or less, and bottom still has the advantage. That is the lane that lost the least, basically. This is the second game with a Twisted Fate, where Twisted Fate just hasn't had the opportunity to really roam or gank. Very unfortunate, because I really love Twisted Fate as a character. It's just, we just don't get the opportunity to see him shine too much. Let's see, Rampa doing his best job to get into the jungle, clear out more vision, keep the vision up himself. And we're seeing a solid 4-man push in the bottom side. Lamppost gonna go ahead and split off on his own. He is super powerful. There's no one who can 1v1 him. We might see Liefryer force a team fight here because Lamppost isn't there. But Lamppost does have the trouble. There's the Chains of Corruption on Clark Kent. Clark Kent is gonna be going down. There's Sampa also going down. Trickle Flames picking both of them up. There's an infinite duress on the Lamppost, but he gets knocked off it. Now, Nuxay, Jack Sparrow, and Lamppost are forced to disengage. There's the gold card onto Nuxay. Nuxay instantly cleansing it, though. And Nuxay still has the Quicksilver stash as well. Actually, I'm not sure if he used it to get rid of the infinite duress. Very curious. But that was a really nicely shot out Chains of Corruption by Tranimal. Able to pick up Sampa and Clark Kent Bay there. We see that Tranquil Flames is off in the mid lane, keeping those minions back. And there is the next dragon. It looks like it's another Ocean Drake from what I can tell. It is indeed another Ocean Drake. So that is 3 Ocean Drakes being on the side of Sloth Esports. So much health regen. I'm actually curious to see how quickly their health goes up. Well, I'm not gonna be able to see it because they're going back to base. Sad face. Nope. Seeing Nuxay popping that blue pont. He's got the Luden Zeko, he's got the Morel Namicon, and the Sorcerer Shoes working on his Abyssal Scepter next, it looks like. Seeing Lamppost building some more health. Could be a Dead Man's Plate, but we're just not sure yet. Whereas Bloodbath Beyond still hasn't finished his Dead Man's Plate and has built an aggregate. Lamppost getting suppressed. He's going to get chain CC'd super hard, and there's the exhaust, and he's just going to get evaporated. Nice catch by Real World, but they dumped a lot of ultimates on him. They dumped the exhaust, they dumped 2 ultimates. So that is a lot of resources spent to secure that kill there. There's the infinite rest on the Nuxay. Nuxay using the Quicksilver stash. There's the Zyra ultimate is going to get a 2-man knockup, looks like. Bloodbath Beyond getting crystalline arrowed. He's going to get kited out by Clark Kent. Clark Kent is going to be able to take him out. So a 1 for... Actually, no, they didn't get anything there. The infinite dress onto Nuxay was probably a bit of a mistake. They probably should have gone for somebody else. Because Nuxay using the QSS was able to get away before they could burst him down. Seeing a lot of posturing, but Lamppost is on his way back. And looks like a Nexus turret is going to be going down. Actually, no, it's a top lane turret. That's the first turret for Life for Ire. But they also did lose a turret. Here comes Jack Sparrow over the wall with the Elastic Slingshot, getting a multi-man Let's Bounce. There's the Hextech ultimatum, locking down Control Machinery. Can't get away, but Lamppost is being chain CC'd super hard. Jack Sparrow is going to be going down. Actually, no, the Cell Division is still up. Ooh, Tranquil Flames almost going down to the flash by Clark Kent. There's the last section from Jack Sparrow, zoning out both zoning out Bloodbath and Beyond, basically. There is the next Nexus turret, and this is probably game. 3 members are down. There comes Tranquil Flames trying to get somebody, but he is going to be going down. Is only Bloodbath and Beyond up, and that is going to be game going to Sloth Esports, taking game 1. Valiant effort by Life for Ire, but unfortunately just not able to hang in there for much longer. We'll have to see if they can do better in game 2, but unfortunately this is going to be my last match of the night. I will be stepping off for a bit to do some family things, and I'll be back next week, guys, so hopefully we can see you then. Sorry about this. This isn't... I usually don't do this. I try to hang on it as much as I can, but this is just an exception I have to make for tonight. So hopefully I can see you guys next week. If not, that's fine. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for showing up. Good night.